What's good, everybody? Welcome in to The Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it is not close. It is a busy, busy day at the brand. But before we look forward, as always, we must look back at our day yesterday. And 4-3, as I like to say, kind of a ho-hum day. The maestro coming through with the Cavs. The Pistons, no sweat from the site. And Liverpool, 3-0 winners. And how about the speculator doing work on that unders? Sure wish I would have listened to him, but I had a pretty good day myself. But on a Thursday, when you've got 3 college football games, you've got a big Thursday night football game. Also, follow us on social media. We'll have a special Buckets soccer pick coming up right after the show. We'll release it on social media, and you don't want to miss that one. All right, let's bring in the stars. Very best, I think. There we go. All right, first and foremost, apparently he just got out of the meat locker. Live from Nashville, Tennessee, 8 floors below, our 5-tool player and the man who runs the brand, AB. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Maestro. Good morning, everybody in the Early Edge crew there in the chat. Good to see you guys, man. Good day.
You crack me up. And he is our heartbeat every single day. He's the maestro, Larry Hartstein. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, it was a fun night in the NBA, but there's one guy that I am super, super jealous of, and that is the guy in the Circa Survivor contest. There were over 6,000 entries. They're playing for over $6 million. He has 6 entries left out of 125. There's only 125 entries left. He has 6 of them playing for over $6 million.
Wow. How good is that guy?
So that's where Mikey's been lately. Okay.
Slim Square. He's been out in Vegas. Boy, I tell you, I didn't do one Survivor pool this year, and I've missed it. Next year, I'm going to get in every one of them because that's one of my favorite things to do. And it just kind of got past me this year with everything that we had going on. So congratulations to that guy.
True story, Coach. True story, Coach. Entered a second chance Survivor pool with the Patriots. Out.
Last week?
Yeah. Second chance. Out.
That sucks. That even feels worse than the first one. It really, really does. All right, let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And tonight, Week 8 begins. Thursday night football. Maestro, start us off.
Well, the Bucs could not have looked worse last week and the last 2 weeks. But you know what Tom Brady is after 2 straight losses in his career? 15-0. Has not lost 3 games in a row since 2002. We've seen a big line move. We've seen the Bucs now favored after it was pretty much Ravens 1.5 all week. Now the Bucs going to close as the favorite. They won't have a few key guys tonight, though, talking about Antoine Winfield, their excellent safety, and as well as 2 starting cornerbacks. Russell Gage out again. Julio, a game-time decision, but, he's been that way for several weeks. But no injury designation for Mike Evans, which is good. On the other side, you talk about Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, Ronnie Stanley, Gus Edwards, all questionable, but everything I'm reading indicates all of those guys expected to play. But Calais Campbell, surprisingly out with an illness for the Ravens. He's an important piece of their D-line. But overall, I think the Ravens in pretty good shape.
I love the Ravens on the money line tonight. I'll just say it right there. So tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, we'll have sides, we'll have props, we'll have the gem, we'll have the donkey, we'll have the goose, we'll have it all. And do not forget also today at 3 p.m. Eastern time, it's the prop shop with the best prop bettor in all of the land, Prop Stars and myself. Any questions you have on any props for tonight's game or any of the games this weekend, log in there and you can ask him live on the air. Now, there's
Coach.
Yes.
I see Mikey. Sorry to interrupt. I see Mikey in the chat foreshadowing potential showdowns tonight. I'm on your side and I want in. If that goes down tonight, I want in with you.
Okay. All right. I see it. Get the music ready for tonight, Coach. All right. Me and Maestro on the same side. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Now, AB, you and the boys, an incredible college football preview. If people haven't checked it out yet, it's on our YouTube page, Apple, Spotify. Check it out on demand to get ready for a huge weekend in college football. Starts tonight with 3 big games. But as always, nobody knows Tennessee better than you. What do you got today?
Yes, sir. All right. So first off, in the chat. All right. So my man, Joe, put it out there. My microphone might have been very loud. It sounds like I'm being a jerk. I'm not. Hopefully that this is a much better volume level for everyone. Yeah, we will team piece this one together. I do want to make sure that it's good. All right, so this weekend in the SEC, you're going to see Tennessee hosting Kentucky. Understand, Tennessee is the fastest team in the SEC, the fastest scoring team in the country. Kentucky, the slowest team in the SEC. It is going to be a major clash between two different styles. And I want to let you know, last year, Tennessee only had the ball for 14 minutes against Kentucky. They scored 45 points, right? So that's what this team could do. Also, Tennessee in the first quarters, I know we've been playing it all season. Tennessee is outscoring opponents 96-24 in the first quarter of games this season.
Last week, you texted me right before the game, hey, if you can get that under 70, jump on it. And I looked in like the second quarter, it was 38-7 or something.
They had 55 at halftime. I was like, my God.
It is what it is, but we still had a pretty good weekend as well. All right, let's get into our board for the day. And if you're not a SportsLine member yet, this is the best time. I mean, all the sports are playing. World Series getting ready to start. World Cup getting ready to start. Hockey has started. NBA has started. Football is raring to go. Use the promo code EARLY. And I'll give you 30 days for free. Just check us out. All the information. This business is about information, not just the picks. All right. So from SportsLine tonight, Grizzlies -3.5 at Sacramento, 10 p.m. Eastern. The Grizzlies, they've come out of the gates looking great. Ja looks like an MVP candidate. And I think they'll go on the road tonight and they'll feel themselves against the Kings team. Their defense is awful. And they'll probably give up 120. We'll take the Grizzlies -3.5. Now, quarterback whisperer, if you don't mind starting our little board off with something that I know at least me and Maestro are not going to like, but we can still weather the storm and still win our showdown. What do you got?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so first off, we got two plays. First off tonight, we're going Lamar Jackson over half an interception because here's why. First off, he probably is going to put one in the air regardless. But two, the same way that Brady and the Bucs are going to be forcing plays and offense all game long, so are the Ravens because they've given up games over and over and over. So it's not going to stop. There is no kneeling on the ball because, quite frankly, that's what's lost them games. So Lamar Jackson, expect him to be putting the ball up in the air throughout the entire game, regardless of game script. Second play. Tennessee, first quarter, -3.5 against Kentucky. Now, look, our man Pooh Bear in the chat says 80% chance of rain in Knoxville this weekend. That is accurate. Here's the other thing. Tennessee is the second best rushing team in the SEC as well. These dudes can do it on the ground just as well as they can do it in the air. Kentucky has no chance. And let me say this. I live 30 minutes away from the Kentucky border. Do not underestimate how much these people hate each other. I assure you on that.
You know, I have done several WrestleManias. I've done SportsCenter for 10 years, but I never thought my career would take me to a show where I hear my man Pooh Bear in the chat and then proceeds on. That's where my career has come. My man Pooh Bear, who we love so very much, in the chat. AB, thank you for those two plays. Now, I'm actually going to play two plays today because normally the college football landscape, we get something every Thursday. That hasn't been the case this year, but tonight we have three big games. I love two of them. The first one, I like Louisville on the money line, -115. Now, why do I love them? The last 2 weeks, they've outscored their opponents 61-31. But listen to this. 2 weeks ago, Southern Miss played Arkansas State. They won by 1. Last week, Louisville played Arkansas State. They won by 20. I'll take Louisville. Then game number 2. It's going to be late tonight, but I live out here on the West Coast. It's early for me, late for you. But Utah, 2 weeks off to celebrate that huge come-from-behind win over number 7 USC, scoring 43 points in the process. Washington State, meanwhile, last 2 weeks, they've lost by 14, and they lost to USC by 16. I will take Utah by a half a point down to 6.5, -126. Hopefully you can get a little bit better number at your book, or if your book has it at 6.5, that's even better. Take it at -110. All right, Maestro, you know what time it is. Floor is yours.
I love this prop tonight on Gus Edwards over 44.5 yards, coming back at -110 on BetMGM. This guy, didn't play all of last season, tore his ACL right before the season, made his debut last week, 16 carries, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And more importantly, what did the other running backs do? Kenyon Drake, 11 carries for 5 yards, and Justice Hill loses a fumble at the end of the game. Everything pointing towards Gus Edwards, who had the most snaps last week, getting another solid rushing load tonight. And when you always have Lamar Jackson, that threat of the run, it opens up so many lanes for Gus Edwards against a Bucs team that when Antoine Winfield went out of the game, Carolina pounded them on the ground, finished with over 180 yards between Hubbard and Foreman. I love this prop tonight. Gus Edwards over 44.5.
I love it. And plenty more picks tonight on Early Edge Live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. By the way, I'm an idiot. I have literally Louisville written down on everything when I knew it was Louisiana. My apologies. It's Louisiana, not Louisville playing Southern Miss tonight. How did you guys not stop me? How did you not stop me?
Hey, the home of Emory Hunt.
Yeah, he would have stopped me. Raging Cajuns. He would have grabbed one of his 8 hats that he has from Louisiana as well. So thank you very much. Certainly it was a Freudian slip. I knew it was Louisiana. I had all the stats right.
Coach, I did it last week with Georgia State, Georgia Southern. It happens.
It happens. By the way, you guys will want to check out my social media 5-10 minutes after the show, maybe 20, because we have a very special play from Buckets. Now, Buckets is very sick this morning. That's all I will say. So he could not come on the show because he wanted to celebrate his 7-1 day yesterday with a steak. Well, apparently he'd never cooked a steak before and didn't realize you got to cook it all the way through and not just to where it's red on half of it. You can kind of figure out what happened from there. All right.
Keep him away from chicken. It'll kill him.
It'll kill him. But we have one big play from him. And if you guys look at the Europa League today, you can probably figure out which play that is going to be. Now, in the meantime, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of Jake the Snake on the 1s and the 2s. AB is on Lamar Jackson to throw 1 interception tonight, -115. You want to tune in because it sounds like we're going to have maybe multiple showdowns on tonight's show. Then Tennessee, first quarter, they have dominated this, not just this year. Last year as well. We'll take a -3.5 over Kentucky. Then me, I'm going to go Louisiana, money line -115 over Southern Miss. This will be a romp. And then Utah -6.5 over Washington State -126. Then the Maestro, 1 prop so far. Gus Edwards over 44.5 rush yards. Then 1 play from the site. Grizzlies. Now it's gone down to 3. It's moving in our favor. So we like it. Shop around a little bit. See what you can get. Don't forget, Prop Shop at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Early Edge Live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time with the whole crew. AB, Maestro, M Squared will all be there tonight as we start Week 8 in the NFL. But have a great day. Enjoy it. Pay it forward. Pick somebody up. Stay positive. And remember, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. AB, Maestro, Jake the Snake on the 1s and the 2s, even Buckets. Let's let Buckets know how much we appreciate him and are thinking about him huddled over, well, you know what I'm talking about. We'll see you later this afternoon. We love it right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.